Hello friends and welcome to Tony's Reviews. About 2 years ago I reviewed an item called the MicroTouch Max. This is it right here, this little green device. It's a personal trimmer. You can see the trimmer right there. Turn this baby on and there's a little light right there and the trimmer's right there, and you can use this thing to pretty much trim everything. I think it's marketed towards men, but I'm guessing men and women can both use this thing. When I reviewed this, I had no idea that I would be using this thing so much. I use this thing all the time now, especially on my eyebrows. You put the little guard on there, I put it down on the shortest one and just zip across those eyebrows and it makes them perfect. And you know, I use this thing for my nose and everything else too. So this thing is great. Recently I was pleasantly surprised to find out that there are other MicroTouch products on the market, and this is the MicroTouch Titanium trim. It's a little different than the MicroTouch Max. It's got a bigger head on it, still has the same light, or it still has a light on it, and it's a little bit bigger, as you can tell. And this thing, from looking at the box and reading about it, it sounds like it's more designed for hair cutting. It does say it does trim body hair. I looked for this everywhere in the stores and I couldn't find it. I saw this a few times, I think a while back, and now they're just like sold out. People are going nuts for this thing. I'm going to open it up real quick. We're going to take a look at it, and I'm going to do a complete haircut on myself. I haven't trimmed my eyebrows in a while either. We'll get close up and personal with those. You can't, I don't know how well you can see it, but I've actually let this mustache grow out for about 4 days, and I'm going to zip this thing completely off, and we'll see how close this thing actually cuts. I actually paid $29.99 for this online, and I will have an Amazon link in the description of this video and also one of the comments if you want to check one of these out after the video. Let's see. Oh, hey. As soon as I opened the box, I was very glad to see this. All the cutting heads are right here. You can see that right there. And there's the batteries. It does come with batteries. I was not expecting to see this many cutting guards in here. That's a great thing. So you'll be able to fade a little better. At least we hope so. There are some instructions in this box. I may be a little too sure of myself, but being a hairstylist, I'm not going to use those instructions. I'm actually just going to wing it and cut it like I normally would if I was using another trimmer. So anyway, folks, here it is. So it's got an extendable handle. Let's see. Ooh, it does. Oh wow, that's like a wand there. Let's compare it to the regular old MicroTouch Max. Right there, two MicroTouch products side by side. And you can see this one is quite a bit bigger, and you definitely could not get this one up your nose, and I'm used to using this one up my nose. So let's get started, put some batteries in this thing. Comes with a little cleaning brush. You definitely need that so you can clean this thing out. You slide this thing completely out. There's a little thing right here that you can push on and get this thing completely extended, and then just pop it completely off. And then right here on the bottom, you just twist this and it opens up and you can stick batteries down in here. Batteries are in. Let's turn this baby on. Ooh. Turn this one off and I'll turn on the MicroTouch Max and you can hear it. So that's kind of a high-pitched sound. And the MicroTouch Titanium sounds more like a standard electric razor. There's the light on it. We'll compare that to the light here on the MicroTouch Max. Alright, so this isn't really a comparison video. I mean, you can watch my video for my MicroTouch Max if you want to. I'm actually going to cut my hair with this thing and I'm going to film it so you guys can see me actually cutting my hair, doing a full haircut with this baby, and we'll see how it goes. So the MicroTouch Titanium does have 5 of these kind of sophisticated looking guards that just fit over the top of it. And I've got the MicroTouch Titanium right here. And I'm going to go ahead and get started cutting my hair with this thing. And right here on the sides, it looks like my hair's pretty short, and it might be by some standards, but this has been grown out for a while for me. I'm actually going to be using one of the longer ones on this. Okay, so I was a little worried this might cut my hair too short, but I don't think I can hear it cutting at all. Okay, I think this one's a little bit shorter. There's only 5 heads. Okay, I'm getting a little traction with this one, so I think this will be the one maybe. Yeah, I think you can already see a little difference. Well, it's giving me a very light trim here. I think I'll go one shorter. Okay, so here's the next one down. I actually was a little afraid this thing might cut your hair too short, but there we go. Now I'm actually getting it probably to where I normally wear it right there. maybe a little shorter than I normally wear it right there. I think it is. Oops. All right, I'm gonna have to match this up though. So anyways, that's short. I do like how this handles in the back though. I usually use a regular set of clippers on myself. I do cut my own hair, And normally this is kind of tedious back here trying to get this, but this is actually kind of like using a comb. So I kind of like that. Definitely doesn't have the cutting power of the clippers I normally use. I normally use a pair of Oster 76s, and this is motorized, it sounds like. It doesn't sound like it's a vibrating motor, but at the same time, definitely does not have the cutting power of like a plug-in set of clippers. It's feeling a little clogged right now, so I'm going to take advantage of the little brush that comes with it and see if that helps. Okay, sounds like we're back on track. What's it looking like back there? Is it a nightmare? I can't see it for real. Got my old style barber brush too. I can already tell you that I probably would not recommend this for a full-fledged haircut. I mean, somebody might use this, but I'll probably just be using this for touch-ups in the bathroom. I'm going to take a quick look in the mirror just to see if I make sure I get these sides even, and then I'll go with the next guard and try to fade it in. The motor on this just doesn't sound that great though. Okay, here's the next size up. I'll go ahead and put that one on, and let's see if it blends or not. I kind of think it's not going to, but we'll find out. And I can tell you already, this thing is not fading it in, so that's not good. Just an around the ears lineup, that might be pretty good. Sometimes, we just have a problem with getting hair, growing over the tops of our ears. I did grow this mustache out a little bit to see how this thing would do on it. Just not a lot of power here. Okay, got that half done. And now we're doing the other half with the MicroTouch Max. The motor sounds more powerful, but it's actually getting kind of hung up in there a little bit. Yes, I couldn't see a whole lot of difference between the MicroTouch Max and the MicroTouch Titanium on the sides of the mustache. Okay, shortened them down pretty good though. Maybe too short. Anyways, so I got those good and short with that. So these things do cut eyebrows, so pretty well. My only options at this point are to make my entire head on the sides this short, or to switch over to a regular set of clippers. And to be honest with you, this is okay. I'm used to having it short like this sometimes, but I am going to actually use my Osters to finish this haircut up. So here I am using the Oster 76s trying to fix this mess. If I didn't have these babies and I wasn't a hairstylist, I'd probably end up looking like Shemp from the Three Stooges. Looks like I'm going to have to use one more guard for blending, and I should be done. So I was able to fix my hair and I gave myself a perfect fade. Check that out. All right, so I had to break down and use my Oster 76s to finish up my haircut, but I can tell you this, it turned out perfect for me. It's a perfect fade, so I've checked it out in the mirror and everything. Everything's blended just right for me, and I really am happy with the way my haircut turned out in the end of this process. Now, the MicroTouch Titanium didn't do a very good job at cutting hair. I actually did a horrible job, but I will give it this. On the second to shortest head, it does a pretty good job of bringing in the sideburns. This is the length that I actually like this. I like the very bottom here. So as far as using this for a touch-up, I'll probably use this for touch-ups. I'm going to keep this thing. As far as the hair cutting tool, not very good at all, but body hair, very good. I can tell you my eyebrows are normally kind of bushy and they stick out. These got them just about perfect. So I went and looked in the mirror. I'm really happy with my eyebrows. Okay, so for my very final thoughts on the MicroTouch Titanium, the motor's a little weak. The light works pretty good. As far as body hair, the eyebrows, did a pretty good job. Does the edging of the hair, I think it did that halfway decently. I was able to do the sideburns, so you can do a touch-up on those. It is guarded, so you can feel pretty safe with that. As far as cutting your hair goes, in my opinion, this is not a great tool for cutting hair because I don't think you're going to get a good blend with this. Maybe somebody that's going to be holding these in a different way or has a different idea on how to use these, they might have, something that they can do. I'm a licensed hairstylist. I've cut thousands of heads of hair. This right here is definitely not a tool I would use. I couldn't get a good blend with this, so I'm just throwing that out there. So as far as some touch-ups around the edges, that sort of thing, maybe getting the hair around the ears, there you go. Maybe even knocking off some stray hairs on top that you want to knock off. Hitting the eyebrows, perfect. The mustache area, I thought, it does an okay job, right? Just shaved it down, trimmed it down. May use it for that too. There are better items out there. You saw me using those Oster 76s. Those are really professional hair cutting clippers. So right here, you can see all three of the clippers I used today. Right here, we've got the MicroTouch Titanium, we've got the MicroTouch Max, and we've got the Oster 76s. These things right here are awesome. These are super, super smooth hair cutting clippers. You actually can just use metal blading systems. You can buy the blades to do a real nice fade, or you can buy the combs. And these blades just pop right off, and then you stick them right back on the lever, so you can get any length you want and make perfect fades. So anyway, if you want to order any of these clippers, there will be Amazon links in the description of this video and also in the comments. So folks, if you learned anything about this MicroTouch Titanium and you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up. If you'd like to see some more of my product reviews, please hit the subscribe button. So folks, I do hope you enjoyed the video today. Thanks so much for tuning into Tony's Reviews, and God bless you.